Hey everybody, how's it going today? My name is John and I am your crypto security advisor. So today I want to talk to you about physical security. Now, anytime we're talking about cybersecurity, the topic of physical security actually comes up quite frequently. And the reason for this is quite simple. Without physical security around your assets, there is no cybersecurity. If you leave the door open to your server room, no matter what you do in the cyberspace, all someone has to do is walk in and do whatever they want with your assets. So this is why physical security is extremely important. And so how do we implement this? So one of the most basic security controls that we have is a door and a lock, right? We lock our door when we leave our house, when we leave our home, when we leave the office, we lock our car doors, right? We do all of this stuff. However, how does this relate to crypto and cryptocurrency? Well, we can do all of the network protections. We can have our firewalls in place. We can have network segmentation. We could have our VPNs in place. We can harden our assets. We can uninstall any programs or services that we use on our devices. However, at the end of the day, if you don't secure your assets physically, they could just, walk away one day and never return. And so all the stuff you did in the cyberspace, the digital space, were for naught, right? And so we want to make sure that we are protecting our assets physically as well. So one of the basic things, obviously lock your door when you're not around, right? Just common sense things. However, there are additional things and additional steps you can take. So if we take a look at, well, what is the next step in physical security? The next step would be two things. One is a detective control. It's called detective control, and it detects when events occur. And so you can do this with a camera, right? We have those the live stream cameras, and we can just have that on a loop, and that will detect activity, right? And we can, depending on the product, you can set various alerts and just say, hey, if someone is walking in your backyard, you get an alert, right, on your phone. We can do that quite easily. However, we can go another step further, which actually I highly recommend, is you get a safe, right? You get a safe under lock and key or a combination or biometrics, right? And you store that somewhere securely. And that provides an additional layer of protection in one or two ways. One, it provides additional layer of protection against someone coming in and stealing your assets, or your, let's say you have a hardware device, hardware wallet, and you put the hardware wallet in a safe. Well, now there's an additional layer of security there, right? However, what's actually more important is you're actually protecting whatever is inside that safe from environmental damage, such as water. So anytime you have pipes around, there could be various leaks, right? I actually had an issue a number of years back where I was living in a place and the roof was leaking. And so I had to get that fixed, right? And it was right beside a lot of my technical equipment. And so not a good thing, right? So you want to make sure that your most critical assets, so in this case, your hardware wallet or your laptops or anything that to do with crypto, especially your seed phrase. And we'll probably talk about that in another video, why it's so important to actually write down your seed phrases for your wallets and not just store it digitally, right? But that's a topic for another video. Another thing we want to protect is from fire. Now, fire is a little bit different. We want to have adequate protection in case a fire breaks out, let's say in our house. Let's say, unfortunately, we have a fire burn down our place. Well, there are various things that we can buy to protect certain things. So there's fire resistant safes, there's fire resistant wallets that we can buy. Now, I haven't tested these. Apparently, they protect against fire damage. However, what is even more important than all of this is actually storing things in multiple places. What happens if you store your seed phrase in two different locations? If one location burns to the ground, well, you still have another location with your seed phrase, right? And so we kind of want to take a step back from just the most practical, which is locking our door, to thinking about the other issues that may arise. And even if we take a step even further back, we can identify, okay, well, who knows about where our seed phrases are? Who knows where our critical assets are, right? And we can start to become an attacker, so to speak. We can think like a hacker to some degree. If I were to walk into a place, where would the first place I would go? Well, I'd probably walk around, but if I was looking something very valuable, I'd most likely look in the bedroom, right? Bedroom is where our most intimate moments happen, of course, right? And so, of course, we shouldn't be surprised to have our valuables there as well. And so if you think like a hacker, you figure out really quickly, and it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't store my most valuables in my bedroom. Maybe somewhere where the attacker would least expect it. So anyways, these are some thoughts on physical security and physically securing our assets. And of course, this is just a taste, a teaser, and I will leave it up to you to do your own work and do your own research on how else you can secure your crypto in this way. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.